what's up, everybody? I'm Gene, founder of the GoGetter family and WeBuyandHelp.com. On today's episode, I'm going to be talking to you guys about a nightmare situation with a contractor and why the GoGetter family, we do not do fix and flips, we don't do renovations, we don't do rehabs. We buy as is and we sell as is. This is how we make profit. This is how we stay safe and protect ourselves, okay, from the whims of other people and the misgivings of other people's behaviors. Okay, guys? So thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the GoGetter family, thank you for tuning in to the GoGetter family YouTube channel, all right, where it is my mission to bring my GoGetter family members the actionable knowledge that you will need to close transactions using creative owner financing and subject to the existing financing, taking over a person's mortgage, which in essence is turning you guys into the bank, all right? Be the bank because you can, all right? Guys, today our episode is about contractors, all right? And why we don't do fix and flips, renovations, rehabs. We stay away from that, okay? The GoGetter family. Our strategy is to buy using creative owner financing and subject to existing financing using the least amount of our own money possible, okay? And also, we never go to banks. We do not go to banks because we become the bank. We do not fill out credit applications. We don't personally guarantee debt, okay? There's no debt to income ratios, W-2s, or whatever else they need, man. Realtor fees, your closing costs your closing costs through the bank, which has a bunch of different stuff that you gotta pay. I mean, they just add on all types of different fees and you name it, man. Paperclip fees and whatever. So yeah, this is why, we don't do that. You don't have to, okay, guys? So today, what our strategy is when we take over a property with creative owner financing or subject to, our exit strategy, I prefer the lease option, okay? Now, when we lease option it, okay, we are pretty much, that's rent to own, okay? To give it in the most simple term, known, it's rent to own pretty much, all right? So when we sell it with a lease option, guys, we are not responsible for the maintenance, nor are we responsible for the repairs, okay? But our clients, okay, our buyers, they come in with the mindset of they got to fix it up. And plus, they're buying the place, so they want to do improvements and repairs, and they want it to be theirs. They want to change the color on the walls and stuff like that, all right? So this is why we don't do rehabs and renovations. Now, on top of that, guys, a contractor, oh my goodness. Okay, guys, contractors, they pretty much, sell their time unless they're like a big contracting company and they have a bunch of employees working for them, but then they're going to charge you an arm and a leg, and it cuts into your profit margins terribly. I mean, it cuts into your profit margins bad, okay? So this is the horror story of a contractor that almost destroyed a married couple's life. I mean, almost destroyed it until I came around, all right? Now, this place, look at this place. It was not like this, okay? This place wasn't like this. Look at that. Look at that hole right there. I guess this goes down to the basement. I'm not taking you down there. It's hot today and it's dangerous down there. Look at this place, guys. There is no walls, guys. There's nothing. There's no plumbing. There's no HVAC. And there is zero electrical. And this place is in a beautiful neighborhood. Beautiful neighborhood. This house fixed up would easily sell right now for $160,000. All right, guys. And I purchased the house. Really, I quit claimed it, and on my quit claim deed, it says $10. $10 is what I purchased this place for. And I will add a picture of the, I'll add a little video. I'll put an extra video in of the quit claim deed where that says the price on it, okay? Just so you guys know the power of creative owner financing, all right? And subject to, guys, we don't spend any money out of our own pocket. Now, I spend about a total of about 650 bucks, which is nothing. And I am selling this house for $13,718, okay? So I get all of that profit besides the back taxes that I'm gonna pay for my buyer. Out of the 13,000, no, I'm not taking it out of my own pocket. And that's like 2,000 some odd dollars. I don't know the exact numbers. It's 2,000 some odd dollars. I know I'm making 10,600 and something dollars. So go-getters, here's the story. My seller, the owner of this house, well, the previous owner, bought this house back in '94, okay? Hardworking guy. He's hearing impaired, okay? He cannot hear at all, all right? His wife is hearing impaired. She cannot hear at all. So they bumped into, what they did was they moved out. They have another house, okay? Their primary residence, and they were gonna use this house as passive income for their retirement. So, guys, they bumped into a contractor, okay, and the contractor's girlfriend, all right? So what happened was the contractor had his girlfriend buy the house from my seller on contract, okay, with the promise to pay him $10,000, to pay my seller $10,000 for this house. But she gave him $20 earnest money, $20 earnest deposit, and that's all he's gotten since. And this was in July of 2019, okay, that this transaction happened. All right, so she's buying it on contract, and the seller understands outside of the contract too that her boyfriend, who is a contractor, is going to be fixing this place up, and then they're going to flip it, and they're going to pay him the 10 grand and split the profits from the flip, okay? But, you know, this guy is, he's a licensed contractor, but he's a con artist, all right? He is, and I will say that openly, all right? This guy is a con artist, and I don't put labels on people, okay? But he is. They have conned a number of people, because there's another person that got conned in this transaction that you are going to be surprised that this person got conned. It is crazy to me. So what happened was the contractor, he couldn't afford the materials, okay? So, and I'm gonna bring you outside and show you some stuff too after I tell you about this. So he couldn't afford the materials, so what he did was he found a realtor, okay? A realtor in this city who is experienced, well-known, has a great reputation. She also owns another business with her husband, okay, outside of being a realtor, and then she owns a rental property business and has about, I looked her up, they have 4 rental properties, okay, that they rent out. So what happened was the contractor bumps into this realtor, talks her into getting involved in this situation because this house is in such a great neighborhood. They call it God's country, where I'm from. All right, God's country. I mean, man, come on, man, with the, you know what I mean? I'm buying up houses in God's country, man, like crazy right now. It's beautiful, man. Yeah, I am. The Go-Getter family, the Go-Getter family bank. So he talks the realtor into investing the money. You know, she's going to finance this. She's going to finance the rehab, okay, of this place, the renovation, the remodel. I mean, they're going to even put on an addition and everything, right? So it sounds good to her, but I'll tell you this is what got her. The greed, guys, greed. That's what did it. That's what got her wrapped into this, and she lost money, man. She lost money because she was greedy. She had green eyes, and just saw the dollar signs and didn't use her logic. That's what con artists do. You know, they find your emotional trigger, and they see what that is and what you want and who you are, and then they pounce on that. Okay, so she's greedy. She wanted money. So she's gonna finance it, and his portion is going to be the sweat equity, okay? Because he's a contractor. So he's gonna do the work. That's sweat equity. I mean, sweat equity is a thing, all right? And it is worth something when it's done properly and honestly. So, guys, what happened was, man, they put a new roof on the place, didn't pay the roofers. They even pulled the permit with the city, you know, to do the roof. It was $5,600 for this roof, and they didn't pay them a dime because I've got 2 copies of the past due bills that this contractor didn't pay him. So he subcontracted the roof out and didn't even pay his own people, man. Well, it wasn't his own people, it was another company, but I mean, his own colleagues, you know, I mean, they're roofers, you know, didn't pay them. So what happened was the realtor gave him $10,000 towards materials because he made this spreadsheet with a scope of work is what it's called in the industry. And it had all the costs for stuff, you know, how long it would be done, the whole project, what they were going to do, this, that, cost for each individual thing. So she called herself protecting herself by paying him incrementally. All right. So she'd give him money to go buy the materials. Then he would do that work. And once that work was complete, she would give him more money. And then he would go buy the materials, do the work, you know, instead of giving him all the money up front. And I recommend that if you do a rehab or a renovation, really, you want them to do the work and buy the materials. And then you reimburse them when the job is done. That is the safest way to do it, all right, guys? And you can get that put in the contract too, all right? So everything you can get put into a contract, guys. So if you need help with that, guys, GoGetter family, the GoGetter family member subscription, it's an exclusive subscription. You're gonna have access to video tutorials, no exclusive video tutorials and documents that we only give our family members, okay? Because, man, our family, you gotta treat your family well, man. You gotta take care of your families, all right, GoGetter? So anyway, she gives him 10 grand. Poof. The guy disappears. The guy disappears on her. And the city that I live in isn't that big. So she's waiting. She's trying to get him. She's trying to get him to do the, like get a hold of, hey, man, what are you doing? You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to buy these materials. I haven't heard from you. Where's my money? I want my money, you know? And she can't find the guy. He's nowhere to be found. He's a crook, man. He's a criminal. So he doesn't care, you know? She's not from the streets. She's not a criminal, so she's not gonna use any sort of strong arm tactics to try to get her money back. You know what I mean? So he's like, whatever. You know, what are you gonna do? Take me to civil court? Now, he didn't get any criminal charges on this, but guys, he's a licensed contractor. This is why you must be careful because contractors. You know what? I like to golf, and I went to the driving range one day, and one of the driving ranges here it's like a bar, but it has sand volleyball courts, a little place for campers you can bring out there and hang out, and then it's got the driving range, just a bunch of outdoor activities, but it's a bar. So I go out there one day over the lunch hour. Guys, the only people in that bar were freaking contractors. I promise you, I am not playing around. It was contractors in there at the noon hour, okay, having drinks, chit chat with each other, just laughing it up, chumming it up. And I get my bucket of balls. As I'm walking outside, I hear a guy on his cell phone, right? He was talking to somebody about the job that he was doing at that time. Like he was acting like he was on the job site, and he's saying, we got to get like this 3-foot tubing, and we're gonna put that in. I got my guys doing this right now. We're gonna have to buy some more of this, and this. So he's just selling a dream to the investor. And this is the investor's time and money. This is the investor's dream of financial freedom. This is why I say, guys, we don't do renovations and rehabs because we're putting all of our eggs into the contractor's hands once we get to that stage of the transaction. Okay, that's why we don't do traditional real estate investing because you've got to find a property that needs some repairs. Okay, so you get it under market value, and then you do your cost analysis and all that stuff, scope of work, and you hire a contractor to fix the place up. Okay, so that you can add value to it, and then you sell it. So once you do all that and you put it in the contractor's hands, go-getters, you are at their whim. So this guy's on the phone, man. He's got a drink in his hand. He's talking to his investor, acting as if he's on the job. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. I snuck a picture, man. Like, dude, there's a bunch of contractors out here at the lunch hour drinking. This is why we don't do rehabs and remodels. So anyhow, the realtor, she can't get her money back from this guy, all right? Let me get back on subject, guys. Sometimes I'll go off on a tangent, so I do apologize, but I do hope that the knowledge and information and off of my experiences that I'm giving you is valuable. So she gets a lawyer. She's got several lawyers. She got several lawyers because I ended up getting this house, and she didn't want to negotiate her lien with me. So she gets a lawyer. She gets a lien placed on the contract buyer. Okay, the person that was buying it from my seller on contract, she puts a lien on them, okay? Because if you sell your house on contract to somebody, they have legal rights to the place, all right? And they've got financial interest in your home because you have sold that on contract to them, all right, until they breach the contract, and then you got to go through certain steps, all right? And I've got some video tutorials in our exclusive GoGetter family member subscription, all right, about how I got this house. I didn't have to pay that $10,000 lien that she put on the place either. Yeah, guys, none of it. And it's not on the house anymore. That lien, it's beautiful. So I'm gonna tell you about it. So she gets a lawyer. She's got a good lawyer too, man. It's a good law firm because I talked to the lawyer, man. And she gets a judgment put on the contract buyer, which since she's got a financial interest in the house, the lien is now placed on the house as well. Okay, it's a judgment on the house. So if you go to try to pass title to sell it, you have got to rectify that lien in some way, shape, or form, right? So this was the only way that she could get redemption, I guess, you know, was to put a lien on the contract buyer and on the property. So I see the place on the red tag list because what they did was he did do some work, guys. I'm sorry. I'll show you. He did some work. They did the demolition. They were over here, man. I talked to the neighbors, and I might buy their house too. Anyway, I talked to the neighbors, man. Their house is beautiful. And they demolished it. They did the demolition during the July month of 2019. And the neighbor was saying, man, I didn't know what happened. I was wondering what happened because it just stopped. Yeah, they got that $10,000 and ran off with it. So that's the work they did. There was stuff in here, guys. And so they caused more damage than anything. They caused more damage than bringing any value to the place, man. So this is, again, why we don't do rehabs or renovations. I can't say that to my GoGetter family enough, guys. Don't do it. You don't have to, right? We buy as is and we sell as is. We sell as is because our buyers are going to do repairs, improvements, right? And 9 times out of 10, they won't end up buying the house, man. So we've got the improvements and stuff that they did that added value to our properties. And then we lease option it out again. It's beautiful. So she gets a lien put on the place. Now all work stops, man. This is in July 2019. I haven't checked the date on the lien. It had to been just some months later or whatever. So it was 2 years ago, you know. I find it on red tag list. I come see it. And then I'm like, man, I don't do this. You know, I was a traditional real estate investor at the time too, but I was like, man, this is too extensive for me. I knew then, you know, you got to be, man, weary of contractors. I knew that then. So I had some contractors come look at the place or whatever, and then I was like, nah, I'm not doing it. But guys, our reputation means everything. So I called the contractors that I had come out here to look at it. I called them back, man, and I was like, hey, this is Gene. I had you come look at that place over there in Morningside, and I'm not going to do anything with it because it's too extensive. You know, I just let them know. So they weren't thinking about, hey, man, I might have this job coming, you know, this, that. No, I let people know, man. Their time's valuable too, you know. Guys, we got to keep our reputation intact here. We want a great reputation, as a matter of fact. We want people to love working with us. So I told him that. Well, the contractor, this contractor, he's been in business 40 years in my city, 40 years. So he is great, man. That's why I said I would never say all contractors. Well, he calls me back and he says, hey, I'd love to get this place. You know, I'm getting ready to retire. I could use some passive income. It's a red tag, so I know I can get it pretty cheap, and then I can just have my guys, you know, do the work. You know, it'll be cheaper for me to do it that way. I was like, man, there is a lot going on with this place, a ton, because I had done a little investigating to see. You know, I talked to the Realtor. No, I hadn't talked to the Realtor yet. I'm sorry. I actually went and talked to the contract owner, and I met the contractor one time. I didn't know the story then, though, when I had met him. I met him because that was her boyfriend. The contract buyer's boyfriend is the contractor, you know. And I met him when I went over to her house because I'll go to people's houses to talk to them, man. Like, we got to get this done. I'm going to go get her. So I met him. I didn't know the story behind it then, though, at the time, you know. But I could tell, like, I had a vibe from, like, this guy's kind of, you know. So, you know, hey, I'm streetwise, too. You know what I mean? Yeah, very. Yeah, very. So I'm like, man, you know, I can work this guy. He's definitely not going to work me, you know. So my contractor, my buyer now, he's buying this place now. He will be giving me a check for $13,718. Well, he gave me $1,500 of that already, so we're gonna take that off the purchase price because I've been doing, you know, just running around making moves, man, doing a lot. So he gave me $1,500 just because I was like, man, you don't have to do that, but he wanted to because I was doing great work for him. So he tells me that he wants this place, and if I can get a transaction put together, if I can get it done for him, he'll pay me $5,000, right? So I was like, you know what? That's not bad. It's kind of like an assignment fee, right? But I wasn't all all the way. I wasn't a guru of subject to and creative owner financing at that time. So I was like, okay, well, we'll have to put it in the purchase price, you know, and then I'll just take it out of that and I'll talk to the seller and get it worked out, you know. So I agreed to do it, man, and our word means everything. So then, so I get to untying this knot. I've got to start untying the knot, man, that is this freaking house, man. It's crazy. But I knew, you know, hey, I'm not responsible for the work. I don't care. You know, once I get my money, after that, I don't have anything to do with it anymore because I've done what I said I was going to do. Now you guys got to worry about fixing this place up. Oh my goodness. Good luck. So, man, I get a hold of the realtor. And she tells me everything. She tells me all the stuff that's going on, you know, and there's always two sides of the story and then the truth, you know. So she tells me everything about how she got ripped off, how she put a lien on the property, this, that, you know. I'm like, wow. And at the time, you know, you can't give a person all of your intentions. You can't show your cards, guys. You don't, if you're playing poker, you don't say, here, this is what I got. Now I'm all in. What? No, come on, guys. So we got to hold stuff close to our chest, man. We're playing chess, not checkers, okay? That's why I won here, right? So anyway, she tells me what happened. I gotta hurry up, guys. This is a short episode today. She tells me what happened, you know, so boom, then I get a hold of the seller. Now, she told me he was deaf. I didn't know he was deaf at the time. I had already went to his house, been trying to get a hold of him. I left my card there. Well, I get a call back that very night, and it's a relay thing, you know, like a relay person. So, hey, this is Jason, you know, I'm talking to him, and he says it's easier for him to text. So I'm like, okay. So we're texting, and I tell him, hey, man, I can help you. They're going to demolish this place. That's going to be another $10,000 lien on your primary residence, though, where you live, right? Not on this place. It'll be on you. So I can help you. You know, that'll save you. There's already $10,000 lien on the place. That'll save you 20 grand, you know? So he's like, okay, man, whatever you can do. I just want out of this crap. You know, I got involved with some bad people, you know, this, that. I was like, hey, man, I understand. You know, there's a lot of bad people out here, but you got involved with a good person now, you know, a good human being, man. So I'm going to help you. That's what I'm going to help you. Man, he is so glad, man, that I have went in front of city council for him. I mean, a lot of stuff, right? So, all right, I'm going to start walking, guys, and show you guys this outside before I end this video, okay? All right, look at that. Look at that. That's duct tape, dude. This place, man, I tell you what. So, he tells me that, so I'm like, cool. So I tell my buyer, you know, the contractor that wants this place, I tell him, hey, I talked to the owner. He's going to sell me the place. You know, we're good. I just have to get that $10,000 lien worked out. Okay? And he's like, okay, we'll see what you could do. You know, now mind you, we already agreed on the purchase price. Okay, so what happens with that? If I can get this lien for cheaper, I'll end up making more money. That's just the size of it there, you know. I'll end up making more money. So I'm like, man, I gotta try to get this lien, you know, for negotiate this lien down. So I offer her a couple $1,000, and man, I called her lawyer and offered it, and I didn't hear back from him. So I called the lawyer, and he's like, yeah, she said she's not taking that. You guys got to come with a serious offer. So I'm like, man, what? So I reach out to her on my own, and look at this place, man. Look at this backyard. They were chopping down trees and stuff. They were gonna move these branches. You see them back there? Look at that. Yeah. Look at this garage. They're gonna rebuild the garage, and my contractor is gonna put an addition on it too. But look, in the garage, right, guys? There's that siding, those cardboard boxes right there. Look at that old snowmobile. Look at this place. Yeah, it's crazy. Now this is a good property though. Look at it. It's even got an alley entrance here. Look, yeah, this is all mine right now. I own this right now. So look at this shed. So anyway, I call her and I tell her, hey, my seller, you know, she wouldn't take the $2 grand. So I tell her my buyer will offer her $5,000. You know, she's got a $10,000 lien on the place. He'll give you $5,000, and you know, we'll call it even. Let's get something done. Let's get this over with. And she's on vacation when I call her, and she's like, oh no, I don't need the money. I don't care about the money. So tell them to come back to me when they're serious. I'm like, oh really? Okay. So I'm like, well, shoot, if I can't if she wants the whole 10,000, it's not worth it for me. So So then what happened was I found out that if you do certain things, you can get that lien dissolved on the property, and it stays with that person that ripped somebody off in the first place. So we started that process. Well, then the contract buyer, she filed bankruptcy, right? So guys, all of this stuff happened because of a contractor. This is why, GoGetter family, we do not do fix and flips. We don't do renovations. We don't do rehabs. We don't have to. We buy as is and we sell as is, guys. All right, look at this place. Hey, look at that long old grass right there. The neighbor over here cuts this grass every once in a while just because it's a good neighborhood, man. Look at these houses over here. Nice single family homes, man. Nice single family homes. Look at this house over here. I'm gonna buy that house right there. Yeah, because I talked to the neighbor. You gotta get in good with the neighbors too, guys. Look on the other side of the street. It's all forest. Yeah, I own this, dude, for 650 bucks. Yeah, I own it for 650 bucks, man. If it was in better shape, I'd keep it. Lease option it out. It's in a great neighborhood. So anyway, guys, we do not do fix and flips. None of that stuff, because this all happened. This whole mess happened because of a contractor. All right, it happened because of a contractor, and contractors, man, they're not all the same. But guys, they have to juggle, because they get paid off their time. So if you pay them up front, they'll go bid another job and sell that person the same dream, sell that person a dream, and try to get some more money out of another unsuspecting poor victim. That's what they do, man. So that's how they get more money. It's just how they get more money, is by doing that, because they're getting paid off their time. So that's how they get more money, by doing that. If you pay them up front, they then go to the next person, bid a job, and try to get them to pay them up front by selling them all this dreams. They come in cheaper. If they have no intentions of doing the work, they come in cheaper. They get that person's money, and then they go to the next. Guys, it's a nightmare, and it can ruin you financially. All right, go-getters. So, guys, please follow my advice. And I am not a lawyer, nor am I an accountant. Okay, I'm not a realtor. None of that stuff. So this is just for informational purposes only. But I am a go-getter, right? So I'm gonna get to it. But please follow my advice, guys. You don't have to do fix and flips. You don't have to do rehabs, all right? We buy as is, we sell as is, guys. I got to get out of here because it's Friday, man. It's the end of the week. I got some things to get done. So until next time, y'all, let's get to it. Family, you guys just watched the episode. Hopefully you watched the whole thing, man, because there's good information in there if you want to invest in real estate and buy houses for next to nothing, guys, okay? I promised you in that episode that I was going to show you the quit claim deed, man, and it's just paper. It's just paper, guys. Look at that. Quit claim deed. This is the cover sheet, okay? I left that up there because that's just a lawyer, so whatever. You can get his information. I don't care. That's the cover sheet because we're gonna have to record that at the recorder's office. Now look at the highlighted area, okay? I had to black out the names and stuff and pertinent information. But look at the highlighted area, guys. For the consideration of $10. $10. This is what creative owner financing does, And I spent a little bit of money on, going in on the forfeiture and things like that, just ancillary costs that we must pay for. But 650 bucks. And guys, I am selling the house for $13,718 and paying a little over $2,000 in back taxes, okay? And that's it, okay? I don't have to go to a title company because of the quit claim deed, all right? So I've given you guys a lot of good knowledge in this episode, guys. And again, guys, we don't use contractors because we don't do rehabs, we don't do renovations. I cannot repeat that enough and emphasize that enough, all right? It's not necessary, because when you do a fix and flip, you are putting the life's blood of your company, your dreams, your hopes as an entrepreneur, your business in the hands of that contractor, all right? And you gotta hope that he's not like the contractor that we just talked about in this episode, okay? I mean, come on, y'all. and unfortunately, man, there's more bad people out here than there are good people. And I don't want to believe that. Maybe there are more good people, but I mean, the good people maybe are just um, less likely to speak up, or harder to be found. I guess I don't know. It's tough, but if you do a fix and flip, all right, and you use a contractor, I'll give you this tip. It's you pay for the work that's completed, all right. You pay for the complete work, and you can get that in a contract, okay. So they will have a time limit. Boom. And you are on a time schedule on a flip too, so you can do a penalty for any time that they go over their deadline, all right. So let's just say 2 weeks to install the bathroom, all right. You have it, so they pay for the materials, all right, and it's their guys that are working, so they're paying for the labor, right? And then when that job is complete, you've got the set amount for that, and then you pay it, okay? And if they go over that deadline, then $100 a day, as the penalty, okay? You can do that. This is the safe way for you to do that. This way you're not putting your hopes and dreams in the hands of a contractor. And like I said in this video, man, I went to the driving range that day, and it was at a bar, and over the lunch hour, and it was all contractors in the bar for the most part. I mean, and this isn't all contractors. I don't want to give contractors a bad name, because there are great contractors out there. There are, and they are artists. They are craftsmen. They do great work, because I can't do that work. I can't personally do it. I can't. I love contractors, okay? It's just the, I love them, but I'm not willing to gamble on them, okay? And I don't want the GoGetter family to gamble on them, okay, guys? So, I showed you that. I showed you the quit claim deed there, and I can go into details on our exclusive membership. When you become a member of the GoGetter family, then you'll have access to exclusive tutorial videos, all right, documents. We're getting our weekly newsletter put together for you guys on an email list, and we're going to get you taken care of, go-getters, because I want you guys to get the financial freedom, that I have, and I'll say this, I don't think that it's financial freedom that we all search for in life. I think that it's freedom itself, you know what I mean? It's freedom itself, and because to be free, you've got options. You don't have to worry about if you miss something at work that day and your boss is gonna fire you, and maybe you'll get laid off because there isn't work. No, we don't. Man, who wants to live life like that? You know what I mean? It's just not. It's not the way that I want to live my life. So that's why I chose to be an entrepreneur, and a go-getter, and get this financial freedom that in turn allowed me the opportunity to have freedom, okay? But it's not about the money. If you make it all about the money, you will never have freedom, ever. You may have financial freedom, but you won't have freedom. And that's what we want, So, go-getters, I hope that I can bring you the value that will allow you to get there. And I put up some other videos, like motivational videos, to help you get your mind there and to get over your fear of fear of failure, and making a mistake, so that keeps you from action, that makes you, has you in a place of inaction, and you miss opportunities. You have got to position yourself to be in a place where this opportunity will present itself. All right, guys. So go-getters, man, I love y'all. I want y'all to win, and I hope that this channel is providing value for you and getting you, the information and the knowledge that is actionable to get these transactions done. All right, I'm out of here, go-getters. It's Friday. I got a couple more things to do before the business hours end, and yeah, so let's get to it, y'all.